since I know about you that you are open-minded and gracious and patient, I knew that this would be the right place to have a friendly conversation about all of the diet labels that everyone carries around, wears like a badge today, and maybe how useful they are and some problems that are associated with having a diet label. Now, having a diet label can be super convenient when conveying a huge amount of information in just a couple of words. For example, if someone to say, well, what kind of foods do you eat? I could say, I'm a raw vegan, or I could say,
well, I love animals, so therefore I don't eat them, but I do eat fruits and vegetables, all the greens, nuts and seeds and sprouts. Oh, and I do eat them in their whole, ripe, raw, fresh form.
That's a lot of information. First of all, people don't care. Second of all, they don't have time to listen to all that. And third of all, they don't care. So it's much easier to say, I'm a raw vegan, or I eat raw foods, or something like that. The problems that I see, though, about food labels are threefold. One, it pigeonholes people into a certain amount of rules that they feel like if they go outside of those rules even a little bit, they've either failed or they're lying. So if I say I'm a raw vegan, but I have Bragg's amino acid, or I have dried fruit that might have been dehydrated at a temperature of above 118 degrees, then I can feel like I'm lying when I say that, or that I'm not sticking close enough to the rules that I have labeled myself to follow. But it's really tough. It's very constraining. And it really doesn't apply to anybody. None of these things do. Are you an omnivore? Really? Do you eat everything? How about a carnivore? Do you really eat only meat? See what I mean? So the first problem is that it pigeonholes you into a really narrow wedge of rules that you feel like you have to follow. Number two is it is kind of an elitist mentality. It kind of leads to elitism. Well, I'm a raw vegan, so therefore I look down on all the vegans who are eating, vegan pizza and, vegan soy dogs and stuff like that. We shouldn't be looking down on anybody because we are all just stumbling through this life doing the best we can. So it just depends. Everybody feels like their group holds the high moral ground, right? But not necessarily, and it's not gracious, and it's not kind, and then we start to take each other apart, and that is not healthy for us. It's not healthy for our relationships or for our society, and it's not going to get us anywhere. So number three is that it is not inclusive enough for your health. Sometimes we can be so loyal to either the mission, the activism, the group, the club, the cause, that we put that above our own health and well-being. So it's not inclusive enough to say, I'm a vegan. That's not good enough for your health. It's not good enough to say I'm an omnivore if you're eating McDonald's every day, or you're drinking soda. Those are not healthy. Even if it's vegan, pizza, or I don't know, every soda is vegan, but what I'm saying, it's not supporting your health. So it'd be a lot better to ditch the label and go for what's healthy. So that leads me to, there's kind of a bonus. Number 4 is that we put our identity in these groups, in these, if I follow these rules, I'll be in this club, and this will be my new identity, and then I'll be worthwhile, and I'll be somebody special. The truth is, especially if you are a believer in Jesus, your identity is not in what you eat. It's in who you follow. It's in that you are a Christ follower, a child of the living God. And our identity is in being His ambassador on the earth, full of grace and full of love, and doing the best we can to support our body's health and to love our fellow man and serve them. So what is the solution? I think it's much better than adhering to a label or adhering to being part of a group. It's better to focus on what is healthiest for you. What is the lifestyle that is going to make you as energetic and lively and disease-free as possible? And honestly, sometimes we got to do the research, because if you do look at some short-term studies, they'll say, definitely paleo, you'll lose the weight, you'll lose the inflammation, you'll lose the cholesterol and all this stuff. Look long-term at these studies and see if it matches with your needs and your health goals, if you can find long-term studies. Personally, I've done a lot of digging. I've done a lot of research in my studies and my health journey. The track that has the most long-term results is, without a doubt, a plant-based lifestyle. A plant-based diet, as much fruits and vegetables as you can get, and as much as you can eat that is raw. No one eats, I'm 100% raw. They say that, but they are not. And you know what? It's okay. You don't have to be. If you say you're 100% raw and somebody sees you eating cashews, or protein powder, they're gonna blow you up on YouTube or on social media. They're not raw, they're lying. We're all just trying to do the best we can. So let's have grace for each other. There is no reason to be criticizing one another for how we eat. And there's also no reason to be trying to be perfect, following a set of rules. Just do what's right for you, what's right for your body, what is aligned with your biology. I'm sorry, but the biology is not there for us to be carnivores. It just is not. There's some wonderful charts that you can look up on species-specific and anatomy charts for their diet, for species-specific diet. I would just encourage you to check it out. If you're not convinced, and hey, you don't have to like vegetables, you don't have to even eat vegetables, but if your goal is health, then you're gonna have to find a way. Blend them, juice them, something, cover them in a healthy dressing that you make at home or something like that. Get them in there, because that's the only way we're going to be truly healthy long term. Not just the food though, is our attitude, our outlook on life, our peace with our brothers and sisters. Are we full of angst and ready to criticize everybody? Well, no matter how many fruits and vegetables you eat and no matter how many juices you make and drink, is not going to work. You are not going to be healthy or happy. So, does anybody know what is a good solution to this? I say, I like to eat raw foods. Does that mean me a raw vegan? Not according to most, not according to some of the experts, because I might have peanut butter occasionally, or what, I don't know, whatever. And also, I think that there's a real benefit in having raw honey. That's not vegan, but I'm going to consume raw honey occasionally because it is very beneficial to my health. So, what do you guys think? What is the solution to this quandrum of labels and attacking one another for not being perfect and being the opposite extreme label from you? All this stuff. Could we just, what if we just rose above all that and we were just gracious to people and just said, hey, I'm going to do what's right for me, and if you have questions, I can tell you what works for me, and here's the proof. For me, I was tired, I had allergies year round, I had osteoporosis, I had inflammation and pain in my body, I had headaches, I had digestive problems, and I have none of those things. And I contribute it, I give all the credit to God, who showed me how to eat the foods that grow in a garden. So I would say I am a raw Eden style, Garden of Eden diet, eater, whatever. We should come up with our own term that's more inclusive, that's freer, that is health-centered, not club or cause-centered, and one that has room to give grace to others. So let me know what you think in the comments below. I would love to hear what your experience has been. And if you see me not doing it perfect, which you will see me not doing it perfect, just know I'm doing my best, and I absolutely 100% think the same for you. So thank you for listening. Thank you for this friendly conversation, this little chat today, and I would love to know what your thoughts are. So leave a comment below, and let's start at the beginning of a new year. Let's start with 1, being as healthy as we possibly can, enjoying the life God's given us to the fullest and being fruitful, and 2, being gracious to others and accepting one another where they are on the path. So until next time, God bless you. Stay healthy, stay happy, and I'll see you next time.